Fifth grade, chapter 7, lesson 7. Area and mixed numbers. Investigate. You can use square tiles with side blinks that are unit fractions to find the area of a rectangle. Sonny wants to cover the rectangular floor of her closet with tile. The floor is 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. She wants to use the fewest tiles possible and doesn't want to cut any tiles. The tiles come in 3 sizes: 1 foot by 1 foot, half a foot by half a foot, and 1/4 of a foot by 1/4 of a foot. Choose the tile that Sonia should use. What is the area of the closet floor? Choose the largest tile Sonia could use to tile the floor of the closet and avoid gaps or overlaps. Which square tile should Sonia choose? Explain. Basically, we need to figure out how much she's going to need to cover and then figure out what would not get us any gaps or overlaps. So can we leave these in mixed number form? No, we have to change them into improper fractions. Okay? So to get an improper fraction, we'd have to do 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5/2, right, guys? Times, remember how we changed these into improper fractions and then back into mixed numbers? So to get 3.5 into an improper fraction, we take 2 times 3 and get 6 plus 1 is 7, and then our denominator stays the same, right? So 5 times 7 is
35.
35 over
2
over 4, right? Okay. Now, would the 1 by 1 foot, would that cover the whole thing? No. Would it? If you had to use a whole bunch of them, would they overlap? Yes. So when she doesn't want any overlap, right? Okay. So what would this get us if we took 1/2 times 1/2? 1/4, right? Okay. And then what's our denominator? 4, right? Okay. Over here, we have 1/4 times 1/4. What does that get us? 1/8, right? And we know that a whole bunch of those little 1/8s could get us a 1/4, right? Okay. But she wants to use the biggest one she can. So in this case, which one would be the best? The half. So we would use the 1/2 by 1/2 would be the best because 1 foot by 1 foot wouldn't cover the whole area or would overlap if we had to use enough. So 1/4 by 1/4 would work, but you would have to use more tiles than the 1/2 by 1/2. On the grid, let each square represent the dimensions of the tile you chose. Then draw a diagram of the floor. Alright, so it says to draw on the grid. So we said that over here at the top when we made it into a mixed, or we made the mixed number into an improper fraction, we said that we were going to need 5 halves. So we went down 5, and then we said we would also need 7 halves to be the other edge, right? So then we went 7 across, and then we drew a rectangle. So how many squares cover the diagram? So we said we went 5 down, right? 7 over, and then like we already know, we have a total of 35 squares. So what is the area of the tile you chose? Well, it's really, we're going to need 35 1/4 size pieces, right? So 1/4 square foot. Since 1 square of your diagram represents an area of 1/4 of a square foot, the area represented by 35 squares is 35 times 1/4, right? And we knew that up there because we talked about that. We said we would need 35 1/4 size or of the half size. So And then we knew that our improper fraction was 35 fourths. So the area of the floor written as a mixed number is, so how many times does 4 go into 35?
8.
8 times. 8 times 4 is what?
32.
32. So 35 minus 32 is
3.
3. And then we keep our denominator of
4.
4. So the area is 8 3/4 square feet. Draw conclusions. Write a number sentence for the area of the floor using fractions greater than 1. Explain how you knew which operation to use. We had to convert our mixed numbers into improper fractions, then multiply because we were finding the area. So basically we did the 5/2 times 7/2, which got us the 35/2. Explain how using fractions greater than 1 can help you multiply mixed numbers. By changing our mixed numbers into improper fractions, we were able to just multiply our denominators and numerators. Number 3, how many 1/4 foot by 1/4 foot tiles would Sonia need to cover the 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot tiles? So we said 1/4 times 1/4 got us 1/16, and then 1/2 times 1/2 gets us 1/4. So it would take 4 of the 1/16 size tiles to cover the 1/4 size tiles, because to get from 4 to 16 you multiply by 4. So number 4, how could you find the number of 1/4 by 1/4 foot tiles needed to cover the same closet floor? So we said we would just multiply 35 1/4 size tiles by 4. Just to figure out how many of those you would for sure need. Make connections. Sometimes it is easier to multiply mixed numbers if you break them apart. Use the area model to solve 1 3/5 plus 2 times 2 3/4. We write each mixed number as a sum of a whole number as a fraction. So what would this be? 1 plus what, guys? 3/5, right? And then this would be 2 plus 3/4. So if we were originally going to do it, they want us to draw the area model. If we were originally going to do this, we would do 1 3/5 here, and then 2 3/4 here. But they actually want us to break it apart. So what they're going to do now is, and you guys have done these with bigger numbers, say like 34 and 46, and you would say 40 plus 6 at the top, and then 30 plus 4, and then you go and you find the answers, right? So it's basically where you do that again. You're going to draw your boxes, and then here we're going to put like 2 3/4, okay? And then over here we're going to put 1 3/5. So what is 1 times 2? What is 1 times 2? 2. What is 1 times 3/4? 3/4. Because anything times 1 is itself, right? Then here we would do 2 times 3/5. And mentally we would put 2/1, right? Okay. That's how we work it. So what is 2 times 3? 6. And then our denominator stays the same. So it'd be 5. Then we would multiply 3/5 times 3/4. And what's 3 times 3? 9. 5 times 4? 20. And then now we have to add all of this together. Okay? So we would add 2 plus, do I need to get a common denominator?
Yes.
Yep, what's my common denominator going to be? 20. So what would 3/4 be with a common denominator of 20? So it would take me 4 times 5, right, to get to 20. So 3 times 5 would be 15 plus, I need another common denominator of 20. How did I get from 5 to 20? times 4. So 6 times 4 is 24 plus 9/20. So that equals 2 and what's 15 plus 24? What is 15 plus 24? 39. 39 plus 9 is 48. Okay. So 48/20, which could also equal 2 plus 2 and 8/20, right? Which would then also equal 4 and what goes into both 8 and 20? 4. Okay, so how many times does 4 go into 8? Twice. How many times does 4 go into 20? 5 times. So this can also be 1 3/5 times 2 3/4 equals 4 2/5. Now, which way do you guys think that was easier to do? Converting it into an improper fraction and then just working it out? Or was it easier to make your box? Okay, that's what you're going to have to decide. Which way was it easier for you to understand and to complete the problem? Okay, because both ways found you the area. It's just you need to decide which one you like best. Share and show. Use the grid to find the area. Let each square represent 1/3 meter by 1/3 meter. So draw a diagram to represent the dimensions. So we're going to have to convert these into our improper fractions again. So we need to put our little multiplication sign plus sign. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is, so it'd really be 5/3 times, once again, our little multiplication sign plus sign. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So 4/3. So how many squares cover the diagram? So how many total squares did we just say we would need, guys? Let's see, if we went down 5, and then over 4. So how many total squares does that cover, guys? Guys, what's 5 times 4? 20. So 20 squares. And then what did they say was the total area of each square? They said it's a 1/3 by a 1/3. So 1/3 times 1/3 equals what? So 1/3 times 1/3 equals what? 1/9. So 1/9 square meter. What is the area of the diagram? So now that's where we go back up here. And 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 3 is 9. So it'd be 29. But what is 29 also written as, guys? What's the simplified form? 2 and 2/9 square meters.